Namaste, welcome. Welcome to everyone to this part of Satsang where I take the opportunity to look through some of the questions that come each week, days sometimes. And also welcome to you if you are joining us via broadcasting for today's, we call tea satsangs, but so we have no specific time for this, we'll just take a look through and then when it feels the time to stop, we will stop. Just in case. Okay. Beloved Father, the first time I came to Satsang here in Monte Sahaja with my head. I did not understand anything. But when you took me in your arms, something trembled inside, so powerful, with such a sweetness and with so intense love that I have never felt before and never left me since then. Today, I know that you opened my heart wide, and I am so grateful to you. For more than a year here, on the Promised Land, each day my divine presence manifests more and more at your side, and it is with an immense gratitude, a profound respect, unconditional love and trust that I say thank you 1,000 times. Thank you for being the light. Thank you for your love that's so great, your generosity so vast, your humor so spontaneous, your guidance so simple and accessible, your truth so profound, your finesse and the beauty of all your divine being, which floods me in its boundless greatness. I am deeply honored and grateful for such a beautiful chance of being able to be at your service here in Monte Sahaja and to finally realize the obvious truth which was here since forever, despite my phantom person, which did not cease to hide it from me. Om Anand, the joy of Om. Thank you, very beautiful, and very beautiful. Yes. Thank you. Okay, let's see what's Beloved Master, too much fears hold me back to come to you for too long. Please help me. Pauline, who is Pauline? Okay, come now. Okay, sit down, sit down. Too much fears hold me back to come to you for too long. Please help me. But you don't look afraid now.
I'm not afraid, but I'm caught by those fears.
You are what? Caught
Yeah.
by the fear.
So many times.
How it catch you? How it catch you, the fear? How does it behave when it catch you? Say it catch you.
there is a deep longing to meet you fully in the heart. And I see it's also the strongest fear.
Okay,
And
now.
yeah.
What prevents now? You're here now, no? So that if I say now, then memory has nothing to do with it now. Now is now. Now you're here, we're here now. And you say, too much fears hold me back to come to you for too long. Now, what happened?
I don't know really.
Any fear now? If there is, then just share it. What is happening?
Yes, there is a fear, yeah. And
what is it saying, the fear?
right now I don't know if it's a fear. It seems more to be as like an expectation to wait for something from you. Something that I don't know what could be.
Yes. So what do you want? What do you want?
I want to be free.
What stops you from being free? Because if you say, I want to be free, it means presently I feel bound. No? So show me what binds you. What it means to be free. Actually, right now, what does it mean to be free? What are the terms of freedom? What must change for freedom to be known?
It seems to discover myself as I don't know.
Yes. You did the invitation, no? You accepted it or not?
At the beginning, a lot of resistances came, and I couldn't concentrate or even read it. And since there is this audio invitation, then it's become very much alive now.
What, the invitation or the fear?
It's the invitation.
The invitation, okay. So did you complete it? Did you go through all of the questions, all the stages of it?
Yes, but it seems always mixed. Somehow, I can't believe it.
You can't believe it.
And I understand also that it can be a belief.
Yes. Something is saying, I just can't believe it. I am speaking and show you this. Okay, don't touch this, don't touch, okay. Pay attention, just pay attention. Don't wait, not waiting, not expecting. How do you feel? I'm just here, you see. I'm just here. Something is just here. Is it waiting for anything? Can it be blocked? I'm opening up the question now. Can it be blocked? No. Okay. Does it know other? Yeah. Can anybody else say like that? Can it, that which is, can it know about other, like other than itself? Does it know? Yeah. So which is other for you? It is other or you are other?
I don't understand really.
Because you say, your mind is saying, I don't understand. I don't get it, I don't understand. Or you feel you're saying, I don't understand. But I say, no, your mind is saying, I don't understand. Because how many people living in this house? Please tell me. How many? Dozens or one, two? How many? Yeah. Okay. So only one is in the house. Okay? But I have pointed you to the sense of the isness. And it doesn't know other, it doesn't know two, it doesn't even know one. It just is. No? So, something is saying, I don't get it, I don't understand. So can we try and identify who is saying, I don't get it, I don't understand? Because just those words are spoken and they are also believed. Something identifies with the words also. Like, I don't understand. I try to follow the invitation, which takes you to where? Just to do what is. So, supposing you never saw your face. Suppose you lived in a desert and you never saw your face. You only saw other people's face. But you never saw your face. Never saw your face. And then one day somebody put the mirror. Huh? Wow. Huh? So you saw your face. Huh? Is that you? No. It reflects, it shows you who you are. So that knowingness is not in the mirror, it is inside you, isn't it? You are knowing. Not bad. Huh? Whatever, no? But inside, you look and you, huh? Unless you're a woman, they usually, something. They're never pleased with their reflection or photographs. I don't know if you notice. But, so inside, this, you know something, no? That the isness, that which the invitation took you only to, you realize something. And I told you, this, if it's no distance, if it cannot go away, if it never came, and you're so sure about this, and no separation from you, it must be same as you. It must be yourself. And, so in this moment of, whose recognition was that? Something went, wow. So the recognition took place. How many people are inside the house? We say one. Which one is that one? Is it the one who says, yeah, I don't get it, I don't understand? Is that a one? Is that the real tenant here? And there's another one who doesn't say anything. He doesn't say, I get it or I don't get it. But we know he's the one, he's there, no? So which one is the real landlord of this house? Who lives here? The one who says, I don't get it. I don't understand. Which presently there's a strong identity and belief with that voice. Do we understand what I'm speaking? So, because we identify with the voice, we never challenge it. You accept it as a fact. Whereas I know it is a fiction, you see? But you believe it's a fact. So therefore you say, I don't get it. I tried the invitation, but I don't get it. But in here I see, but there's only the what is here, and there's a voice saying, I don't get it. But knowing that that voice is coming from the imagined self, it's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. Don't pay attention. But when you feel it is your voice and you identify, then confusion comes. Then dissatisfaction comes. You say, well, I don't know, I see all these people getting it, but I don't get it. I don't know, maybe I'm born in the wrong year or something. You start to boom, 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 boom. We do like this. But when you've understood, but there is just the isness. Does it have to get something? You see, this is really radically different from the way we think. Because as the person, the personal mode of consciousness is always trying to get something. Why? Because it is dissatisfied. It is always looking for something. Why? Because it is never satisfied. It is like they say, yeah, the belly of the mind is never full. It is never satisfied. You always want something more. Huh? Does the isness want something more? No. So you have to look at it, because at presently the identity is what is speaking, but it is you also, because without you there's no identity. You can be without identity, but identity cannot be without you. You follow or not? You see, yeah.
I recognize it as myself when I sit with it.
Yeah.
And yet in this maturity happening, it seems this quality of steadfast, being steadfast, is still very weak.
Yes.
And so
who is going to be steadfast? Yeah. Also, just asking the question. You must try and clarify these doubts or these questions. Because I don't know, to be steadfast, to stay there. I don't know. Whose problem is this? And it will be a problem as long as you feel I'm not yet the what is. I know I am the what is, but yet some doubt is there. Or I still feel like I am not quite complete as the what is. Or I am almost completely the what is. Or whatever, something from the mind is like that. And it's not enough to say, yes, I am the what is. If this doubt is still there, it will not feel true, you see. So what to do? And I say that yes, whatever you think you are, you must stay in the place of the what is. Keep recognizing the sense, the space of the what isness in you, until the efforts naturally stop, when there's no more doubt. And although it is natural for you, because of the habit of identifying with the body and personality, that seemed to have become natural for you. It was not natural from the beginning. Sometimes from a child, when you were a child, or a little baby, and you were not good at moving this machine yet. You see little baby, and they want something in there. And it's very frustrating for them. And in that time, they didn't feel they are the body. Yeah? You are getting used to the machine. Yeah? And as soon as you learn, then also you start, and they start to call you the name, then you identify with it. No? And I remember one of my nephews, I used to say about him, he was only a little boy, and his mother called him, Shannon, finish your dinner. And he said, Shannon is not hungry. He didn't say, I am not hungry. There was a difference. I am not the Shannon. He who you speak of, he's not hungry. There was a time that innocence was there. But then we grew into the identity and we accepted, and then we didn't question it anymore. Until now, you're beginning to see that it is imagined, it is made up in our mind, but it will take a while for the mist to clear because the habit is so strong, you see. But however strong it is, it's still not you. Even the greatest self-portrait is not you. You can be as great as a Rembrandt or something, you know, Michelangelo. Your picture is not you. It is just an idea of you. So presently it is like that. We are still very much caught in the identity with the person. That belief is still holding some power. So of course it's not easy to grasp what I'm saying, because there is still the sense of the person is still strong inside. It's a strong impression in the consciousness. So it keeps going there. But gradually this will change, you see. And the more you are identified with the person, and also the person is afraid to make the full discovery of this. Because the mind tells you, see, when you discover this, you're dead. You know how many people, when they are making some definite, sort of progress in spirituality, they run to the doctor because they think they're dying. The doctor looks and finds nothing wrong with you, but I feel I'm going to die. You know what is saying like this? Your mind. Your ego is feeling I'm dying, and you think I'm actually dying. They go to doctor examine everything. They say, I don't find a problem. Yes, but there must be something. No, nothing. Head.
Thank you for keeping me here and giving me the real chance to open up and to grow.
Because I have to, something tell me, leave him is okay. Some people, they're here for a long time and the mind is still fighting. And they ask, I'm here for a long time, I don't get it, I feel I'm no good, I don't think I'm going to get it. But something tells me, don't worry. Just keep sitting at the front. Okay? And relax. Be open. There's no pressure to get it, just relax. Okay? I've got you. Okay? And because you're like an old egg, and the chicken is sitting on the egg long time. The other eggs have opened. They're running around, but you're still. And then one day, it happened. Because sometimes we are speaking and it's like, but how do I do it? And I'm finding, for you, I don't know. That nothing is coming. Because why? Because it's not maybe the time. But maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, we don't know. It doesn't have to be next week, But it's just sometimes people ask, and then I'm looking and say, what I can tell them? I can't see a way into this room, Please help me, show me. You just sit down, okay? Don't worry. Okay, next. Like this. Sometimes it feels like that. And then one moment, house collapse. It is true like this. Because, as I say, God is your guru. One moment, it will, whatever it is, this apparent obstacle, it's just gone. You see? Because what is sure is that you are the self. This I'm sure, you see? And that the one who is saying, yeah, but I don't see it. Okay?
Thank you.
Yes, yeah. Very good. Okay, thank you. So, that was unusual because I forgot I'm reading my letters and I called someone up, so see, I like this one. Big letters, I don't need glasses. Namaste Guruji, through grace I have come to a clear understanding of who you are. I sit at your feet in my heart every day. I am overwhelmed with gratitude to you, Jesus Christ, Papaji, Sri Ramana, and all the saints and sages of all the times, which is to say, I live in gratitude to God every moment of every day. I no longer have an expectation or even desire for enlightenment because I have truth. This has always been my heart's desire, and I cling to it every day. I have the realization of who I am, and it leaves me in wordless awe. I still have ego that tries to speak to me, but I also recognize it even if it draws its first breath. I continue to strip any attachment to identity that is revealed to me. I pray that you will accept my searching heart into yours, and that you find my longing sincere. I trust in your wisdom to expose that which is any obstacle to my pure being, and I will adhere to your teachings. I regret that I cannot afford a trip to Monte Sahaja, so I can't even attempt the lottery, but I have full faith that I can receive your teachings from anywhere. Full love and devotion, Joanne, in Georgia, USA. And sometimes, if you don't have the opportunity or the means to come someplace, still grace, God finds a way to bring you that understanding. Even if you're living on an island by yourself, you think, oh, I don't stand a chance. Where am I going? Oh, there's no internet. There's nothing here. Oh, God, no? But if inside your heart you have strong, please, please, please help me, something is going to happen. And I love these moments because your mind cannot know what is going to happen. Your mind is going to think, I'm doomed. I'm finished. Huh? So something will happen. Either you meet a talking crab or something like that. Something is going, and I'm serious, something is going to come. And you're going to think, oh my gosh, I don't believe this. Or whatever. Something is going to help you. I have proof of this thing. Okay. Namaste, dearest Mooji. I was in Monte Sahaja in July. All my gratitude for that. It feels I am still with you. I have a burning question about action. I take some time to be emptiness, and during my daily activities, I often turn my attention to the space that is perceiving. I am 50 years old, and I have just been told that I will not have any state pension, and I will live on a minimum amount of social income, in brackets, very little, dash, poor. Why are you laughing at that? This created a state of panic in my personhood. I know that my personality should act, buy a little house, work more, but it is paralyzed by fear, not able to do this. When I am focusing on the isness, peace is back, but it feels like I cannot be there and act at the same time. You're listening to this, Netta, no? So when I again focus on the isness, peace comes. Peace is present, no? But I can't stay with it, you see? Let me see, we'll put it in the right word. Yeah. I do not know if I should, okay. Where am I now? When I am focusing on the isness, peace is back. Did peace leave? No. What happened? Attention goes to not peace. Pieces. Okay? All right? Attention go there, and the peace is hidden. You know? But when I focus again, find the pieces here. Okay. So, but it feels like I cannot be there, that means with the peace, and act at the same time. Not true. But maybe in this case, you cannot act at the same time because you're not supposed to do anything. Appreciate the peace. Stay with the peace. Trust the peace. Be one with the peace. And stop going to your mind, which is going, oh, look, you're doing nothing. Just being peaceful is not going to help you to have a house. You see? And then tick, and then you lose your peace because you believe your mind. The mind is working from fear. He's telling you, sit there, Mr. Peace, sit there, okay? What's going to happen to your house? Yes, and then this is how it works. And so, when I am focusing on the isness, peace is back. But it feels like I cannot be there and act at the same time. When I imagine acting, panic is there. You hear? When I start to follow, okay, I must act, then panic is there. Maybe soon even you may have panic attack even. Because the mind is creating misery. He's good at that. Okay? So when I imagine acting, panic is there. I do not know if I should only be the isness or if I should do something to be able to act, to overcome the fear, etc. When you are in the peace, you're not thinking about fear. You're very silent, very content, very present. You see? The isness is not fearful. But the mind says, what use is that? Just being the isness, and then you lose your house. Then where you go with that? First, is it true, you see? But we have been habituated to believe the mind. Also, your parents sometimes help you. Your friends, they help you to be fearful. You see? What's going to happen to you? What are you doing? Look what's happening. And then you start to pick up this noise, their noise, sometimes, not always. Since I am back from the retreat, I have experienced 2 or 3 magnificent spontaneous impulses to act. For instance, I have had the impulse to hug warmly my mother, which I never did and never wanted to do. It was like the life force manifesting directly itself. But for my own work or finances or practical life, There are no impulses to act, only fear. Why? Because this is your weakness. You have a lot of fears around being without. Huh? Sometimes we have a lot of fears, what will happen when, I'm really broke. You see? Like really, because some people, they say they are broke, but they still have 2,000 euros in bank. But for them, it's broke. If Bill Gates is broke, I'm so broke, he still have 3 billion. For him, it's broke, okay? But when some people are broke, they are broke. They don't have nothing at all, okay? Are you broke like that? Sometimes, if you even come to such a stage, then what will happen? You may just recognize the miracles of God. Your mind doesn't want to reach that stage because it always wants to have something that it can depend on, which is understandable in the human world. But those who live by grace and by the power of the truth inside, they're not afraid. They're not afraid. Mm-hmm. Some people in the days of Jesus, they were also worried, well, we can live, we have to live. And then he said, look at the birds, the little birds that fly about. They don't have life insurance. They don't have employers. They don't have money in the bank. They're not slaving every day. They're not unhappy. And yet God takes care of them. He said, even look at the flowers in the field. Look how wonderful, how beautiful they are. They're only here for a few hours or a few days, and then they're gone. And yet, not even King Solomon, in all of his great royal splendor, was as dressed as beautiful as a simple flower. Don't worry for what you need to eat or where your meals will come from. Don't worry about these things, because God knows you need them. But first, he say, seek the kingdom of God, and all these things will come anyway. Don't seek the kingdom of God to get those things. Prioritize that. Make that your highest priority, to find the truth. Don't worry about where the food is going to come from. Don't worry about these things. Don't worry about them. Don't become a slave to them. You see, offer yourself up to the Supreme. He will take care of you. But the people that don't believe, they don't even try. They don't even test it out. They just don't believe. But I encourage you to trust. Because something called you to this, to the magnificence of your life. Don't be hiding because of fear. What will happen to me? I might lose my job. Don't worry about these things. If we started to make a hole right here and go to the center of the earth, you may find something moving there. God put it there. And also provide a means that it will live and also enjoy its existence. He will put a friend there also. A nice friend. Okay? So how much more it is taken care of you who have the capacity, you have the capacity to contemplate God, to contemplate the truth. So, since I am back from the retreat, I have had 2 I've experienced 2 or 3 magnificent spontaneous impulses to act. For instance, I've had the impulse to hug warmly my mother, which I never did and never wanted to do. It was like the life force itself manifesting directly. But for my own work or finances or practical life, there are no impulses to act. There's only fear. Thank you so much for your guidance. With love and so much gratitude, Francois from Belgium. Sometimes you find the energy comes and you're serving everyone. You're helping everybody. But you're feeling, but nobody's helping me. I'm helping everybody, but nobody's helping me. Huh? Maybe I should stop helping people, start to help myself. No, I said, no. If the power is inside to serve others, serve. And stop thinking about you. And see what happens. But who is willing to take a risk like that? Very good. Very good. So good, good, good. I speak from experience about these things. Dear Mooji Baba, may I ask you again something regarding my last email about the question, is it possible that consciousness is yet another veil? You understand what I say? Is it possible that consciousness itself is another illusion, another veil, meaning it's hiding something? What can consciousness hide? Let's have a look. For me, being is accompanied by incredible love, happiness, joy, or timeless silence. Watching it and simultaneously being it. Okay. Then there is something in which there seems to be no consciousness anymore, and although I can still perceive, there is nothing at all. So something is there to perceive nothing. Something is there to perceive presence and absence. Presence and absence of presence also. Okay. Years ago, reality often broke away. That is, the world reality was suddenly gone. Only white emptiness remained, which felt similar. Is it possible that consciousness and I am, the I am feeling, is also a veil? When we speak of I am, what is it speaking about? The natural way in which you are aware of yourself. You have the feeling I exist, I am. In fact, that is your name, I am. It is also said to be the name of God also. There was another story from Bible, if I can say, that Jesus was speaking with some teachers of the law and Pharisees and members of the Sanhedrin in the time, and he said to them, if you really knew the truth would set you free. And they were a little bit up about it. They said, we are children of Abraham, which implies we are born free. We are children of Abraham. And Jesus said to them, if you were truly children of Abraham, you would believe and accept me, for Abraham spoke of me. What? What are you saying? Our father Abraham lived centuries ago. You're a young man, maybe 33 years old, 34 at that time. How dare you speak like that? Are you greater than our father Abraham? Listen to what Jesus answered. He said, to tell you the truth, before Abraham was born, I am. What is he speaking about? What is this I am? It said that when Moses was sent by God, go back to Egypt, to the Pharaoh, and tell him to release release my people. And Moses was afraid. He says, who should I say sent me? And the voice said, say I am sent you. Who is I am? You also speak I am, but you don't know what I am is. We have given the I am to the state of a person. The I am is not a person. It is consciousness. It is consciousness. But now it has been transformed into a very narrow role of merely person, because we take ourselves to be persons only. But you are actually much more than person. So she, Steffi, you see at the bottom, Steffi, is saying, is it possible that consciousness and I am is also a veil? I mean, it is also covering something, hiding something. And that the self is only emptiness in which everything appears, including consciousness and the feeling I am. Or is this mind? I'm going to read this little part again. Is it possible that consciousness, meaning that your intuitive knowingness, the ability in which you sense or can perceive and experience things, the sense I am, is also a veil, meaning it's hiding something? Is it possible that it is covering something? And that the self, the true self, is only emptiness in which everything appears, including consciousness and the feeling I am, which is to say then that emptiness is greater than consciousness then, if this is true. So is it possible that consciousness and I am is also a veil, and that the self, that's the ultimate truth, is only emptiness in which everything appears, including consciousness and the feeling I am? Or is this mind? Well, it would mean that emptiness, because emptiness can also be just like not sentient. Do we understand what I mean? That when we say emptiness, like space, no, the self is greater than space, because space is not sentient, it doesn't think. And emptiness, if it's just emptiness, what we mean? Just emptiness. No, it's more than emptiness. There's an intelligence there. There's a spirit, there's an intuitive awareness of existence. So it's not just emptiness, if you mean like that. But if by emptiness you mean then that what I would call the kind of isness, which is not just emptiness. It's not something, and it's not just no thing. Do we follow like this? Okay. Is it possible that consciousness and I am is also a veil? A veil for who? If there's a veil, it must be veiling something from something. If it is a veil, who is there to say maybe it's a veil? For whom? Is it a veil to the isness? No, it is not. Okay. And that the self is only emptiness in which everything appears. It's kind of okay, but it's not complete. It's not emptiness as in a kind of sterile black hole. It's not emptiness like that. You see? It's an aliveness, but it is beyond quality. You cannot touch it. That's why I ask you, can you perceive it through the senses? And you say no. I cannot smell it or taste it or see it or touch it. You see, it's more subtle than that. And that the self is only emptiness in which everything appears, including consciousness and the feeling I am? Or is this the mind? It is also mind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. once you come to stabilize in the isness, all these questions, they start to dry up. If you haven't stabilized somehow, the mind isn't stabilized in the heart, it keeps putting up these things. Still more, another doubt, another idea, another journey. The mind will always send you on a journey. You have to do this and do that, and then after this, then you get this. The isness is already resolved in itself. We are good? Yes. Dearest Mooji Baba, after a very long search, I finally found you and your compassionate presence that speaks such truths to my heart. After 4 days of participating in your August online retreat, I spent one long night being attacked by my mind, and I could not hold on to the I amness for the entire attack. Can you imagine? And where is the I am? I could not hold on to the I am. I could not hold on to the I am was a thought arising in the I am. Because if the person is there, for sure, the I amness is there, because the person cannot exist without the I amness. But in the so-called persons, the imagined self, it feels, I have separated from the I amness. I have separated from God. This is the belief. And so it's like you believe it into existence. And it becomes your experience. Belief. Okay. I could not hold on to the I amness for the entire attack. For during the attack, the mind is... Where's the I amness? Whatever. Okay. The following night, I was once again attacked by my mind. Why is the mind attacking so much? If you want to go to what do you call it? Rave. We're going to rave to misbehave. Okay? Mind doesn't attack you. Mind helps. Come, darling, let's go. But no, you just want to be free. And mind is supposed to be your friend. Why attack you when you want to be free? Consider that, no? The following night, I was once again attacked by my mind, but this time it let me win, and everything calmed down. Why did it let you win? You won, or it let you win? You must not let the mind say, don't say that. We have one football team from Monte, Sahaja, no? We are trying to find a name for them. At first we thought the Desperados, but okay. We went to Aldea to play another football team, okay? We have some girls in our team as well. We don't mind, we go. And what was the score? 10-3. To them, 10-3 to them. Okay. Which, it was a shock at first, but after, I thought it could be worse, you know? It was all right, okay. But this is it now. Listen to what happened. Towards the end of the match, the other team's best player joined our team. That's to add insult to injury. You know what happens when this happens? We might be going, yay, good. But they're so bad. We have to help them out. We send our best player to help you out. And even one of our goals was scored by their team. Okay? You understand? So how does it feel if your opponents join you? Yeah? Can you come home saying, yeah, we got it? No. It doesn't look. It doesn't look good. And this is very recent, no? So what you should say is, if they say, "Look, we will lend you our best player," you say, "We don't need your help." Okay? Why? The following night, I was once again attacked by my mind, but this time it let me win. That means that the mind doesn't even think you are anything at all. You know? Look, I'll let you win because you are so hopeless. You are like a hopeless case. If your mind look, I give you a freebie, go. That means that you pose no threat for your mind at all. Why would you let your mind win? You say, no, you know what? Let's be fair. You beat me or I beat you. I don't want help from you. Huh? You know, Bob Marley said, he has one song, and in it he said, "Never let a politician do you a favor." You understand? Do I have to explain more? Thank you. Okay, since then, I do not feel the same depth of space in the I am presence. And when the mind presents me with thoughts, it retracts quickly without a struggle. Is this usual? So, after this night when the mind says, "Look, go. Okay. Since then, I do not feel the same depth of space in the I am presence. And when the mind presents me with thoughts, it retracts quickly without a struggle. Is this usual? Do I have such good windshield wipers that these thoughts no longer linger? The ease of this feels like a trick to pacify me. You get it? And turn me from these pointings. Can you please shed some light on this for me? So even the mind, as he says, so who is troubled? The mind gone. Pretending to be dead. Okay? And you're going, yeah. But something is there that says, the ease of this feels like a trick to pacify me and to turn me away from these pointings. Meaning that it's working so good now. It's working, when my inquiry is working so good now, I don't even have to do it anymore. Can you see how cunning the mind can be? And yet, you're infinitely wiser when you honor the truth. If you honor the mind, you will not be wise. I thought that if I participated in the Zimar retreat, I would have help with this. However, the only spots available are intense, and having 60 years plus behind me, as well as a hip replacement, sleeping on the ground in a tent for 7 nights seemed like asking too much of this body. Is there a solution for this, or is another online retreat my only option? Can you please help me with this? With much love, Naida from Canada. Where is Sri Sri? It's good, no? It's good. Is it helpful we're reading these letters and you can see from your place, listen from the place of the Isness, and you'll see where the letter is coming from. You'll also see, when you're speaking with other beings, you can see where are they coming from. Is it from the person or from the presence? Do you follow? Now that you are aware of the isness of the self, when people speak, you can see, but it's coming from the person. And that's why you'll find that they have trouble. My trouble is like this, my problem is like this, because you're relating to and relating from the position of personhood and not from the state of pure presence. Beloved Master Mooji, for the last 12 years or so, I have been studying and trying to practice pointings and teachings of masters like Osho, Eckhart Tolle, Mooji, Gurdjieff, Papaji, Ramana Maharshi, Nisargadatta Maharaj, Sufi Master Rumi. How many teachers do we have? For the past few months, I have been watching yours and Papaji's videos on YouTube, and I also listen to a few online Sunday satsangs. Over this period of time, I feel that gradually my understanding has improved. While being aware of the pure self, pure I amness, I can see and feel flashes of magnificence and the timelessness of my true nature. I wish, beloved Master, to get marinated in the sense of I amness. Each and every moment I have to be in the sense of I amness. It gives true joy and bliss. Guide me, my beloved Master, and invite me at your feet and liberate me from all illusions. My beloved Master, I am ready. Bilal from Pakistan. While being aware, you see, of the pure self, the pure I amness, meaning not associating with the person, just being in the isness, being in the sense I am, but not a person, not a person. I am is not a person. You see? It's the spirit of being, you see? While in that state, I can see and feel flashes of magnificence and the timelessness of my true nature. You're one with it. I wish, beloved Master, to get marinated in the sense I am, meaning to stay there and to just, you know what marinating means? Yeah, it means it's like you mix all the ingredients together and you keep them and let the juice come out of them. They become one really, really mature. He wants to be like that. And I want to be like this each and every moment. I have to be in the sense of I amness, for it gives true joy and bliss. Guide me, beloved Master, and invite me at your feet and liberate me from all illusions. I am ready. Sometimes it has to be true that you say, I'm ready, I'm willing. Whether you're ready or not, we'll find out. Because some people say, I'm ready. But as it comes to the moment and the door is opening, we say, hang on 1 second. I'll be back. We're still waiting, but not really waiting. You never wait for the one who says, I'll be back. Don't hold your breath. But the one who wants this, now is the time. Now is the time, not later. When you come to that door, you know, come, leave everything. You know, I told a story of one Sufi master, he was meditating, no? And it said, in the midst of his meditation, he found himself right at the door of Allah. Heart. I'm at the door of God. So he knocks on the door. A voice says, who is it? So he says, it is I, my Lord. The voice says, go away. There's no room for two in here. Allah has rejected him. Go away. There is no room for two in here. Then he found himself again in his meditation. He has to go deeper. Beyond the I-ness, he goes. Again he finds himself at the door of God. He knocks again. Again voice, who is it? He says, it is you, my Lord. Then the voice say, come in. You have to drop you to find you. You drop you to find you. Namaste. I have an issue. We say for issues, we have tissues. We have tissues. Yeah. I know I am the self and it is always watching the mind. I guess in the end, it is about the focus. So in the morning, I often wake up seemingly unable to focus, in bracket, as if the night is only dominated by egoic structures. And I spend a long time to become present and to settle my mind. It's much more difficult to focus on the pointings when I'm tired. Do you have any recommendations what to do to be more focused in the morning? Thank you so much. Love and grace. Maike. Again, I know I am the self and it is always watching the mind. Is the self always watching the mind? Is it interested in the mind? Never mind the mind. Is it always watching the mind? What's the mind? Why would it be interested with the mind? It knows mind itself is illusion. Why would it be watching illusion? When you lose interest, or when you discover yourself, or you lose interest in the mind, it ceases to exist in the way that it formerly did. The mind itself gets transformed again into the self. It cannot stay as mind. Too powerful, you see, too powerful is that weakness, you see. So, I guess in the end it's all about focus. So in the morning, I often wake up seemingly unable to focus as if the night is only dominated by egoic structures. Maybe you don't sleep and the mind is always sometime like this. And I spend a long time to become present and settle my mind. So when you wake up, maybe it takes a long time to get back into normal state of consciousness. Because before, maybe too busy, the mind is full of static, full of noise, and it maybe takes some time for it to settle down into the normal state of consciousness then. It's more difficult to focus on the pointings when I'm tired. You see? But look from the state of isness. The body is tired, mind is tired. What is that to the isness? To the person, when body is tired, mind is tired, the person says, I'm no good today, I can't do anything, I'm so tired. But to the isness, mind is tired, body is tired means mind is tired, body is tired, that's all. Do you see this or not? It doesn't panic and say, oh my God, I've got to do something about my mind, I've got to do something about the body. It understands that it is okay for the mind to be tired. Sometimes it is good for the mind to be tired. It's good sometimes for the body to be tired, you know. Sometimes, I once, listen the same day, somebody was saying, how they're tired and they want to, because I used to, have a chai shop and selling incense in the market many years ago. And sometimes people would come because they'd like to speak with me or something. And one man came and says, I'm so tired, I don't know. Have you got any kind of tonic to give me energy? I said, I only sell incense, you have anything to give me to get energy. I just wish that I could just rest or get back some energy properly. And later on the same day, somebody was saying, for me, I wish I could be tired. I just can't get tired. I can't sleep. I'm just all this energy all the time. And I just wish I could be tired. So one person's wish is that, they would like to have more energy. The other one would like to be more tired. So it's not, each one is just according to how they look, So it's much more difficult to focus on the pointings when I'm tired. There's a time to be focused on the pointings, there's a time just to rest as the isness. If you are already the isness, what's the point of focusing on the pointings? The pointings is only to bring you back to the isness. So if you already are the isness doesn't say the body should not be tired. Doesn't say the mind should not. All these things can play. The mistake is to feel that means something is wrong with me. Do you follow? It's like when we say, my body's so tired, I don't know, I've got to get my life together. That's when the trouble comes. It's not the initial feeling that is a problem. It is more the tendency to interpret the feeling personally that makes you feel bad. It's not the feeling that comes, but it's the habit to interpret the feeling negatively and personally that makes you feel badly. So do you have any recommendations? I just told what to do to be more focused in the morning. Well, this was part of what came today. One person gave some present and dearest Mooji, thank you. I met you for the first time last summer in Kensington, UK. And this is my first time in Monte Sahaja. What a year it has been. After 20 years of intense sadhana, you guided me home. What grace, everything I had been so desperately seeking is right here. I cannot express my gratitude to you and your direct pointings enough. Thank you, I love you. With all my heart, I offer these gifts at your feet. You may already know this. Armenia, yes, it was a cross, and Mala Armenia was the first Christian nation. These carved cross stones, much longer, are throughout the land. Obsidian can be found on the roadside everywhere. It is by such grace that I was assigned Savor this week at the Christ Chapel. So much gratitude. The rose tea is from Half Moon Bay in California, and you can eat the goji berries in the tea. I am eternally grateful, dear Mooji. Much love. Eileen Gregorian, something park, in something park, in California. Ta-da! What is it now? So that's too long right now. A short one. Let's try this one. Dear Mooji, thanks for the eternal state that your voice allows me to glimpse and understand. Now life is joyful and blissful. Even the mistakes and the atrocities of the past that occurred through my ignorance, now I can attend and amend with growing integrity and love. Thanks. P.S. You must come to this side of the planet. This country needs your words and wisdom. Rafael from Chile. Chile. Chile is in South America, no? Near Argentina. One moment. Yeah. My most precious, loving Monte Sahaja Sangha sisters and brothers, would you please ask my most precious beloved Master, loving Father Mooji Baba, to combine himself with me and all of you, my loving Sangha family, on behalf of a very dear friend of mine, Jimmy Kemp, who has just been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and given only 3 months to live, and who is currently residing in the state prison system of Arizona, USA. He is 56 years old, and I have known him and his family for the last 23 years. I promised his mother this morning that I would contact you and make this request. I have only the deepest love in my heart for all of you and all life, and I am always with you. May the healing power of your collective loving light, shining from the one heart, continue to remove and extinguish all in the world of forms and otherness, in Jimmy's body, and in all of life. Thank you so very much. Every blessing always. And what it says, Sada benediction siempre. What it mean? Cada, C-A-D-A, benediction sempre. A blessing always. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Shanti Shanti Om. Your humble brother and eternal disciple, Kenny from Los Angeles, California. And Kenny's asking, that on behalf of Jimmy Kemp, who has just been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and who has been given 3 months to live and who is currently residing in the state prison system of Arizona, USA. He's 56 years old, and I have known him and his family for the last 23 years. We're asking those among you who feel it inside your heart to, first, you go to the place of the Isness, be completely empty of the person. Yes. And then you may hold the being of someone like this. And then you may turn your attention, your blessing, your heart and love towards Jimmy Kemp. You feel like that? You can do that in your own time. I also will do. I promised his mother this morning that I would contact you to make this request. Hi Mooji, in my heart I know I am not ready for awakening, but the anxiety that I have pushes me in that direction as I don't want to take pills. My mind is very conditioned and wants things, family, friends, happiness, etc. Also, the identity is very strong as my parents raised me that way. I am not independent and still depending on them. It makes me feel sick to think that I am nothing and I don't understand why. If we are living, we can't experience life as a... If we are living, we can't experience life as a person and be happy and loving. So it makes me feel sick to think that I am nothing and I don't understand why. If we are living, we can't experience life as a person and be happy and loving. That's what I wish for, because I don't understand how to experience life as God and feeling nothing. It is not like that. It is not that, try and be nothing, and it's not like that, you see. If you follow the invitation, it gently guides you, and do you feel that you have lost anything precious? You see, I have to ask you, because we have just completed the invitation now. So it's fresh in you. Do you feel that you have given up something really valuable? No. So here is someone, Christina now, and she's saying that it makes me feel sick to think that I am nothing. That's just a thought. I am nothing as a thought. No? And I don't understand why, if we are living, we can't experience life as a person. Well, you have been living as a person. Have you found happiness and been loving? Because that's all I wished for. That's fine. Some people have found a sense of happiness and lovingness, and they're happy. Good luck. It's fine. It's fine. Happiness is your natural state. But your happiness will not be unbroken if the impression you have of yourself is a person. Because the state of a person is already unstable. It is like this. And it wants happiness like this. But he is like this. How are you going to be like this and then you want happiness to be always like this? So the very happiness will only be glimpsed. When you realize more deeply that you are the self, that you are the consciousness, from which the sense of the person has come, when you know the greater truth, then the lesser truth, that you are a person, becomes more superficial. It's not so profound. It's okay. It's just like a garment worn by the Absolute for a little bit. But you want to stay in the mode of a person because you have a fear about being more than the person. And this fear comes from the person. It does not come from the truth. You see? But you say, why is it that if we are living, we can't experience life as a person and be happy and loving? Well, even the one who is awake, in their language they may speak a little bit like a person, but deeply inside they are totally existing in total serenity and peace. They don't want to tell you, look, I am consciousness. Hello, how are you? Yes, what's your name? John. What do you do? I'm a mechanic. Oh yeah. Well, what about you? Well, I'm the supreme. No, you can't say, oh, I am the I amness. I am the. No, you say, I am George. I'm fine. Nice to meet you. Why you want to do unless you're trying to demonstrate that you're special? So it's a very natural thing, like that. And you say, why is it that we can't, if we are living, why can't we experience life as a person and be happy and loving? That's what I wish for. Because I don't understand how to experience life as God and feel nothing. But this, what you're speaking, is only mental. How do you know when someone is only speaking mental? Because you don't feel any vibration from it. It's just words, blah, 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 blah. It's like a talking book. Blah, 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 blah. But when someone is speaking from the heart, even if they're speaking things that look superficial, it engages your attention and your whole being, because you feel like you're in the presence. You're in the presence. You're not just in the mind. So when someone is speaking that it's just from the mind, although they seem like they're asking for help and so on, but this statement, because I don't understand how to experience life as God and feel nothing. This is a very mental thing. If you're open, you make a step at a time, you find the right place and so on. Step by step, you gradually become more and more mature, and then all the things I'm saying becomes just like water being poured into water. It's very, very simple for you. When I first, I'm from background, very Christian background, and when I first, all this big change took place for me, and I somehow I had a very powerful, connection with Christ, but I didn't feel so much like Christian at the time. Nothing against Christianity, but somehow in the way that it played for me in the church that I went to after this change happened, something was not moving like that. And somehow I retained that contact and connection with Jesus Christ. No? But I've missed my thread there a little bit. Because I read something you say here. Wish for, because I don't understand how to experience life as God and feel nothing. So, and then I was searching, what is true? What is truth? What is true? And I started meeting people from different walks of life. Then eventually I went into one, because I don't read books much. I don't reading. Even now I don't do it. If you see me with a book, it's because it has pictures. I like pictures. I like pictures. So when I eventually was looking, I went to one bookshop in London. And I saw a book of Ramana Maharshi with this picture. I think it's this picture. Yeah, this picture was on the cover. And it was a little book, because I always would go for little books. So I looked and said, the face felt very beautiful for me. I said, I like this face. But the book was on Atmavachara, self-inquiry. Okay? And when I started to try and read it, I was, oh my God, what is this? It felt so mental for me. Because I was not used to all this kind of inquiry and it felt mental. I said, oh my God, I think somebody has put the wrong cover on the book. Because look at this peaceful face. And inside, I said, no, it must be a mistake. So it wasn't, and then I put it down, I kept looking until I found one book of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And that connected with me at that time. And because of this book, this discovery of Ramakrishna, that was the incentive, the drive, the motivation to go to India. I wanted to go to Ramakrishna's place, but I never made it. Fate brought me to Papaji. And after meeting Papaji, I could understand Ramana very easy. This is grace. So, something has to open up inside. If I awaken, everything goes away. Friends, relationship, everything. One is happy alone, which is nice, but I don't want to be alone. That's the problem. What is that? Speculation. Isn't it? Not experience. Speculation. If I awaken, everything goes away. Bye, everything. Friends go away, relationships go away, everything goes away. One is happy alone, which is nice, but I don't want to be alone. That is the problem. Speculation. It's not fact. You sit, you think too much, and you are a victim of your own thinking. You think too much, you see? However, my suffering is great, and I'm afraid of common things in life. My mind is horrible. Should I just take pills as awakening seems to happen rarely, and one already needs to be a bit egoless for it to happen. Like speculation, speculation, projection. Not true. You don't realize this. You're thinking again, yeah, if I work out, yeah, of course. Should I just take pills as awakening seems to happen rarely, and one already need to be a bit egoless for it to happen? No, you just have to be urgent. You must have this urge inside, I want. And when the urge is strong, then grace comes for you. If identity is strong, awakening is impossible. Thank you, Christina. If identity is strong, awakening is... Maybe identity is strong in the beginning. Some people have come here today, maybe you only used to thinking of yourself in personal terms. And maybe after one satsang, things begin to change. Suppose I say, if you have strong identity, forget about it, don't come here. Then that's not good. So if you have strong identity and you love strong identity, don't come here. But if you have strong identity and you want to be free of this, come, let's have a look. I can't say if you have strong identity, don't come. No, if you want to be free, anybody can come. If you don't want to be free, even an angel, don't come. If you don't want. Don't waste time. You see? So it's too long. So. Okay, we are almost finished now. Almost finished. Let me have a look and see. What is this one? Oh my gosh. No, I shouldn't say like that, because then if I read it, they're going to hear me say, oh my gosh. So I'm going to shuffle them up a little bit. Okay? Dear Mooji, I've seen your frustration. Dear Mooji, I've seen your frustration in your videos about many people not getting it. Really? Not being able to experience yourself. I feel many aren't advancing due to effects of infant and fetus trauma, which is widespread because of the world today. You have some fetus trauma? The basis of your pointings come with the assumption that all human experience the basis of your pointings come with the assumption that all humans experience I exist when born. This is simply not true. Yeah, it's not true what you're saying. In many cases, it's greatly restricted, and in some non-existent due to womb trauma. My body-brain experienced that. It has 52 years, and it experienced the feeling I exist for the first time at the age of 50. May we have a discussion about fetus and infant trauma and solutions. Many people need to get the feeling I exist. Is there anybody walking around feeling I don't exist? And even if you say, I don't exist, who is saying that? You must be existing to be saying, I don't exist. I don't exist. Okay, so why say it? So may we have a discussion about fetus and infant trauma and solutions? Many people need to get the feeling I exist. If you want or not, it's okay. Thank you for your work and dedication, David. Yes, I'm open to look at that, to look at what maybe you can help me to understand more. What you know about this?
Well, I think she means... I don't know about fetus trauma, but I know some things about trauma. And what I'm feeling is that maybe she means consciously. Like some people cannot maybe consciously be aware of the I am feeling because of brain damage or because of severe traumatic experiences. That I think that's what she means, but he, sorry.
I would like to look at that because it may just be that they think they can't be in contact with it. It's just a thought, because the fact that you are conscious stems from the intuitive knowing you exist. You see? But in the mind can twist things and make all kind of strange, all kind of strange kind of perceptions and, craziness, And then that is believed. Okay, dear beloved Mooji, since you receive so many questions and you are answering them wholeheartedly, I am kindly trying to express myself briefly. After meeting you on YouTube in 2011 and following every tip you have given to your students, I have been on cracking myself for 6 years and reached the point where I feel that I need your direct pointing to move on. I see that I am, but that I amness expresses itself for me on two different levels. First, I am here as the body with no psychological self as the burden. Since I have that body, I cannot deny it, but I do not have to add anything to that knowing that I am as the body. I see clearly that me as Kaido is the idea and just a story. And the truth is that it is not me. In bracket, at the same time, I don't know who I am then. Close bracket. It feels liberating, but at the same time, I feel that there is still some subconscious burden with me at that state. Wherever the feeling of me, the I, me person is there, complexities will be there. Complexities will be there. It's as though the mind has created some complexity, and then even though you follow maybe a simple exercise, the people still feel, yes, there is something blocking me. I say, okay, try and identify what is blocking you. Nothing. Then why you say something is blocking you? Because it just feels like something is blocking me. This is mind, you see. As long as you retain strong personal identification, some idiosyncrasies, some strangeness will stay. Hang on. And you'll feel that it is something true and real and something that needs to be taken out. But as soon as you discover the isness, all that becomes redundant. It has no power. It has no power. Second point, I sense myself as the room. Here things get tricky because actually I cannot say sense myself, because the self or me, as we usually know or feel ourselves, is not there. I enter that state when I let go of any idea of myself and my consciousness meets awareness. In other words, in that state, I only know that I exist. Not even I am, but just existing happens independently of me. But I cannot define myself in any way because all the definitions are just the thoughts. There is something in there. See, when you let go of the sense of yourself, and you enter that state when I let go of any idea of myself and my consciousness meets awareness, or rather it merges with the deeper awareness. In other words, in that state, I only know that I exist, not even I am, but just existing happens independently of me. But I cannot define myself in any way because all the definitions are just the thoughts. Then what remains then, you see? Spontaneously, there's perceiving and the functioning of perceiving happening. And there's awareness of the perceiving, you see? And it's just a stillness is there. Not more complex concepts, just a stillness, something final, something settled is there, that's all. If you find more and more and more complexities, you've gone back into your mind. Do you follow like this? Bear with me because we are coming to close now. And here comes the question. You and Nisargadatta Maharaj have said to stay in I am and everything else will reveal itself. My question is, which I amness should I stay in? In that, where am I as the body without any psychological burden? I should even let go of that and just let the room exist. You're asking the question. I should even let go of that and just let the room exist as the self. The room is not sentient. A room is not sentient. You follow? It doesn't have the capacity to think and to feel. Even the body is like that. Where is the sentience, meaning that knowingness, that ability to contemplate and to introspect? Where does that come from? It cannot just be a blank, empty room. Unless you're speaking that this room is formed from spiritual essence or something like that. You see. I am asking this because the second state is too simple and too frightening at the same time. Is the final answer for everything really just letting myself be the nothingness? I am really, be the nothingness, but without the concept of nothingness. Can anybody understand that? Sounds strange, no? Don't go to the mind and analyze nothingness. Just it's an intuitive sense, and it doesn't mean that this nothingness now that I'm speaking about is not a black hole. It's here. Don't let the mind tell you here. Let the heart show you. Don't let the mind say what you know in your heart. Be what you are in your heart. Don't listen to what the mind has to say about it. Am I really that nothingness that just knows itself, but can't have any reference point for me, whom I have known all my life? The sense of a personal life, because even a great sage may speak about when I was a boy and this type of stuff. But for them it's very superficial, and it's only retrieved by consciousness because it serves a particular purpose at that point. It's not because the sage is holding on to some sentiment about when they were a child. It's only because the example is useful to convey a certain point. That's all they do. Now someone else may listen and think, oh, so he's got a lot of affection for his... You see, it's very sticky if it comes like that. Thank you so much for coming to my life. I remember when you said once that your mother said to you a while ago that she was tired of experiencing. I think I know what she meant with that. Or as Papaji once said, that his student was suffering experiencing. That was not Papaji, that was Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, said that his student was not experiencing suffering, but rather suffering they're experiencing. Or the request from your student to die before dying. All these statements sound so true, but I feel I am still not sure. If I can really just let everything go and stay as experiencer, not me as the experiencer. You see, you can tell, you see, too much thinking, you see. And the thinking can seem like you're going deeper and deeper and deeper, but it's more deeper and deeper and deeper in the mind. You don't want to go deeper and deeper in the mind. You know, listen to what Ramakrishna once said. Listen, he said, the mind is like a shallow stream with mud close to the surface. If you want to drink clear water, scoop lightly. Go too deep and everything becomes mud. Do you understand this? Yeah. Don't go try and discover the self by analyzing your mind, because it's not stable. It's got mud very close. But when you discover the true self, the mind automatically becomes pure. It merges into the self. Its work as your adversary is finished. Now it's in service to you, not you are in service to him. I guess it wasn't a short question after all. I'm sorry for that. But I hope you will find some moments to reflect on my question. Love, Kaido from Estonia. My point, quintessentially, has been shared already with you. In the pointing to just not engage with the past. Look how simple. Don't engage with past or with future or any self-assessment or any desire or any imagination. Just leave those outside for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Some people, they have been in the spiritual search 30 years, 40 years. You, 5 minutes. I ask 5 minutes. Look for 5 minutes. But in that 5 minutes, suspend all your usual activity. Just leave them. When we are finished, you can have them back. I don't want them. Can you do that? Yes, you say. I say, then leave these things. Leave these things. And don't hold on to any expectations and desire. Just be here and don't be waiting. And so quickly you come here to the Isness. And then I just ask you some question just to check if you're really in the right place, and you are, because your answers tallied up together. I didn't see anybody looking to the next person to see what their answer is. I think you were answering from yourself. That is the truth. If I was asking your opinion, oh, what a noisy room it would be. No, it's but no, it's gray. No, it's pink. No, it's blue. I don't agree. I don't like being here. No. But you answered from your heart. That's the difference. You could see what you could not see physically. You were perceiving what you could not perceive physically. You could not perceive it phenomenally also. But yet you could speak about it with total clarity. Why? Because it is yourself. Then I ask you, keep confirming. Please watch the video again. Watch it. If you found there was a particular phase of our discussion today that you liked, that spoke to you, find it again and listen once, twice, 3 times, replay. 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 Thank you. Like this, you repunch. If your heart has chosen the truth, your behavior will follow. If you have chosen, if you feel that vibration, and you know when you're happy. Does somebody have to tell you when you're happy? No, I don't think so. You know when you're in love. Does somebody have to tell you when you're in love? No. If you are sick, you need a doctor to tell you you're sick? No, you know. Because of the wonderfulness of consciousness, you know. In the same way, when you hear the truth and it resonates inside your heart, there's a vibration there, and you know, this is right for me right now. True or not true? True. Yes. Follow this vibration, stay with it, reflect on it. You will not have to be straining yourself and feeling. No, every day is going to become your best day. Every day is going to become your best day. Even mind come, you will defeat him just by staying as the isness. You go to your person and he's going to kick your something. Stay as the isness and you see the mind passes just like a cloud. He's trying to cling to something and you're not giving it and he has to pass. You just stay as the isness. You're like the vastness in which everything is passing, arising and passing. But some things come and they're calling you to be a person. Come on. Yeah, be personal with me. Come. And you're going, okay. Boom, you get him. But you feel that and you say, no, watch from the isness. And you watch from the isness and all the poison is taken away. All the itch. Some thoughts are like athlete's foot. Yeah, it's very hard not to scratch. But as soon as you scratch, it's the sweetest scratch. But after, everything turns to blood and pain. So watch him. Stay as the isness. Stay as the isness. Sometimes a sensation or feeling is so strong you can't stop it. Do you hear me? Sometimes something comes, it's so strong. You don't want, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. Don't beat yourself up about it. It's meant to happen like that. Okay? But as soon as you find some space, just be back. And stop beating yourself about guilt. Everything you experience, you have to experience it. The bitter and the sweet. And sometimes bitter things you must taste. You must taste because you come from God and you're here to taste the contrast between this interrelated play of opposites. Taste them and turn them to your advantage. Learn from them because every experience is like a mirror that reflects something of the truth in you. Even a broken mirror will show you your face. Make you stop whinging, stop complaining, because you weaken your power. But look, observe, reflect, and transcend like that. You do this because this is your greatness. Don't give in and don't bend your knees to the mind. He may strike you and you may feel like you're flapping. And why? Because you still have the taste of him in your being. Our being is mixed with the mind in this dynamic expression. So you will taste him and you'll try to transcend. But today you've found something greater. You see, you've found the direct experience of the isness. That's your firm ground. It's a firm ground, but it's not a ground like this. It's the ground of your heart. You can look from there. And Because you have found this, you can see the mind and its play much more clearly. Before, no. You were too entangled in him. But now you can begin to see. And as you see, his power will fade in you. You stay in that isness. Clearer guidance than this is not necessary right now. Whatever I've told you is enough to take you home, or to reveal your homeness already. And it's only now your own earnestness, your own vigilance, your love for truth, you see, and your appreciation of grace that is going to finish these things off. Say, I am born for this. I am born to be free. I am born for this. Yes. That in this life, we don't know what lives you've had. But now you are aware and you are awake to what is real. But your mind is not going to give up so easy. You see? It's sometimes when you are about to be liberated, you are going to experience the strongest attacks from your mind. Do you know this? It's going to come strong. It's like trying to escape from the Mafia. He's not going to let you go, oh, we give you, bye-bye, never mind, have a nice life. No, he's not going to do it. You must do it. You must remember who you are. That is your freedom, you see. If you feel you fail or so on, look again. Where did I become personal? If you feel you fail, look at where you became personal. If you don't go to the person, you will not fail. You will not have this taste. In life, you must taste failure. It's important. You sometimes will taste helplessness also. Don't think that's so bad. These are great things to experience. When you have no power sometimes, you must experience this. Everything you will use, it will become Combust for you. You'll use it to develop wisdom inside yourself. Because grace is with you. Grace is with anyone who has inside the love for truth, the love for God. Doesn't matter what religion you are, even if you're an atheist, it doesn't matter. You may be an atheist who is looking for truth. And on the day you'll find it, there end your atheism. You see, you search for the truth because it is the truth itself that planted the seed for searching in you and satisfies your search. So, it's good for now. Thank you. Very good, very good, very good.
Love you.
I love you. Somebody come?
Mm-hmm.